And welcome back to Ozarks Live. It's no lie that we're always trying to, be our best self. Luckily, we have some people here with us today who can really help us go down that line. We've got Dan, Zach, and Garrett, and they're with Axis Rejuvenation. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
All right, who wants to handle the first one, which is give people kind of a thumbnail sketch on what Axis is all about?
Well, we are a health and wellness clinic out of St. Robert, Missouri. We do everything from health and wellness, we do weight loss, we do TRT replacement, we do bodybuilding programs, food programs designed by Zach, our program dietitian here, and we see great results trying to get everybody back to being the healthiest they've ever been.
Now, one of the things I remember from talking with you guys before, this is not like one-size-fits-all sort of programs, is it?
No, not at all. That's actually the one thing that we wanted to do different than what most people are doing. And so kind of based off our plan, what we do too, when we bring someone in, we individualize absolutely everything. Based off of not just your lifestyle and what you do on your own time, but we go all the way down to in-depth blood work, do some medical exams, head to toe, figure out exactly who you are, what your lifestyle is, and how we can implement what we want to do into your lifestyle.
Now, when you talk about blood work, of course, there's medical personnel involved here?
Absolutely. So we're a fully medical staffed clinic.
Okay.
And that's, we have a different team that's going to revolve around everything. So it's not like you're going to work with one individual. We have everyone part of the team focused on just you.
Now, one of the things that you mentioned, and everybody dabbles in this at one time or another, is weight loss. What do you do for people where that's concerned?
So with the weight loss itself, like I said, it's going to be a little bit based off of your lifestyle. So with that, everyone's a little bit different, but most of the time what we're going to look at is diet is key, nutrition is key. And with that, there's a lot of diets where people are like, well, I just don't like that food, And
absolutely.
We hear that every day. So
not going to eat cardboard.
Absolutely. And so that's the thing we do, almost everyone, we actually keep the same foods that you're already eating. It's just kind of changing some things around, and we base that off of your blood work and what's meant for you.
Right.
But dieting, workouts, head to toe, anything that we can do to achieve that goal, we'll implement it.
Okay, let me ask then, you got weight loss. You talked about TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. Is that what it is? Tell me a little bit about that.
Daniel?
So with testosterone replacement therapy, what we're doing is we're looking at the body's natural hormone levels in men. And we base it off of a 250 to 1250 scale. Someone like myself, I'm 39 years old, and when I got tested, I was 180. So if you were to put an equivalent of an age number on there, I had about the same testosterone as a 100-year-old man.
Yeah.
So after the replacement therapy, I sit somewhere around 1,000 now, which is about that of a 20-year-old. I'm able to get up, have the energy to not just go through the day, but also go through a workout. It's helped me lose about 100 pounds. I was close to about 350 pounds when I started testosterone therapy.
Yeah, so, I mean, basically what you're saying, again, it's a very individualized thing because I assume it's due to the blood work and kind of a history of the people to be able to figure out what works the best. So your levels aren't going to be my levels, your levels, the same kind of thing, right?
Everybody's an individual. Everybody's going to have different levels. We've had patients that are 23 years old that have lower levels than what I have.
Yeah. And we can see some pictures here of some of the changes involved.
Little bit. That was an 11-week transformation program that I went through. Everything that I took with that was the testosterone therapy and then a weight loss program through Zach.
So this is, in a way, you could say you get your own personal trainer from all the way from the inside out with Axis Rejuvenation.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. And there, I know you had a whole list of things, but just these two, I know people are very interested. If people want to know more about Axis, want to know what you all have to offer, things like that, how do they get that information?
So they can reach out to our website, axisrejuvenation.com, or they can simply call us at 573-337-4568.
Very good. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us.
Sir, thank you.
Axis Rejuvenation. All right. Up next, we get to talk about an amazing fundraiser that's coming up in Lake of the Ozarks, so you don't want to miss it.